Hey everyone, Doug Reynolds here, your Sacramento area realtor. Today I've got a special guest with me, Ryan Lundquist. He's an appraiser in the area. And I wanted to ask him, since our market, is affected so much by distressed properties, those properties that have been foreclosed on or the ones that are short sales, how is that affecting our appraisal, the market when we're getting appraisals done? So thanks again, Ryan, for joining us. And so what's your opinion on kind of how can you give some information to either a buyer or a seller out there of how distressed properties are affecting your appraisal process?
Yeah, well, thanks so much. That's a great question. And in a lot of markets in the Sacramento area, distressed properties dominate the market, hands down. In Elk Grove, for example, it's customary to see a combination of bank-owned and short sale properties be 70% of all sales. And so if you have 7 out of 10 of all sales being distressed, then what that tends to do is it tends to drive down prices. And certainly unemployment's not doing too well in Sacramento right now, but it really creates a lot of competition because as these properties continue to come on the market, then it just forces sales downward. But how do I look at that as an appraiser? On one street you can have a short sale selling at, say, $230. You can have a bank-owned property selling at $250, and you can have an arm's length sale or a traditional sale maybe selling at $270. And so it's really, really interesting and honestly difficult to parachute into the situation and to try to decipher what would the market be willing to pay for a house if it was not distressed, or if it didn't sell quickly, or if it wasn't in poor condition due to being bank-owned and the house got trashed before people vacated. And so it's challenging, but I'd say usually there's a premium for traditional sales. Oftentimes they're in better condition, and these properties don't necessarily have to be marketed at the bottom level where short sales usually are, because buyers are most often willing to enter into contract with a traditional sale because there's less of a headache. You don't have to deal with 2 different lenders on the loan, and it's just all around easier. And a lot of times there's a lot of people who've been flipping properties too. And so those properties are oftentimes more upgraded and in superior shape. But it's not easy out there at all. But I would say that short sales and foreclosures should not be compared with traditional sales in most markets, even though the distressed properties do impact the rest of the market. So sometimes I have to kind of adjust up on my appraisal and say this property sold as a short sale, plus 10,000, plus 15,000. Because it clearly sold below where it could have. And so it's interesting. I don't know anyone in real estate who's not challenged by this, but that's kind of how it is. That's what I do as an appraiser.
All right. Great. Well, thanks again, Ryan, for giving some information on kind of how distressed sales are affecting the market here, and hope everyone enjoyed that and clear skies.